Next, we have Garen, co-founder of Reasi. Before we met Reasi, we had probably looked at 50, maybe 60 residential blockchain deals. It wasn't until we met the Reasi team that we really developed conviction around how blockchain could really transform the home buying experience. Garen would love to introduce you to everyone.
So this may be a little less common in New York City, but if you've ever bought a home, you know how incredibly stressful it can be. It's a huge financial decision, but what you may not realize is how stressful it can be for the realtor. This is the Jones family, and that's Sharon, the realtor to guide them through the process. After years of saving and months of negotiations, the Joneses finally have a dream home ready to buy. Sharon hands them off to an escrow agent after years of saving, and so the escrow agent emails them to wire over the money. And they do. A few days later, the escrow agent emails them to wire over that money again. As it turns out, that first email actually came from a hacker. And in an instant, this family just lost their life savings. Sharon, who has little to do with escrow, is now on the hook. But it's going to be very difficult for her to recover those funds. A pretty scary thought. Scarier still, what if I told you that this happens 1 in every 40 transactions? Just last year, wire fraud accounted for $5 billion in stolen funds. That's a 25,000% increase from 2016. With no end to fraud in sight, home buyers are no longer safe. Today, buying a home is like running a really disorganized relay race using insecure batons. Let me explain what that means. The transaction is touched by up to 25 different people, with the home buyer's personal information passed around 10 to 15 times amongst parties from offer to close. Sensitive information like bank accounts and social security numbers are revealed. How this information is transferred is at the root of the problem. Paper checks, fax machine which refuses to die, and poor email practices are shaky handoffs that expose the buyer to financial attack with little to no recourse. I'm Garen, co-founder of Reasi, and we've eliminated the insecure handoff. By utilizing blockchain, the most secure financial technology, we offer the world's first fully integrated home closing platform. Industry incumbents have been providing the same specialized service for decades, like brokering, lending, and insuring, with little to no knowledge of each other's adjacent services. They've evolved into manpower-intensive, siloed companies. These are those labor-intensive industries that the panel was just discussing. With such a large separation in roles, integration becomes impossible, resulting in little to no security. And when they communicate, there are no standard practices. These shaky handoffs allow hackers to infiltrate with incredible timing and accuracy, and this creates the optimal conditions for that explosion in fraud. Even the latest title and escrow startups are not proactive enough. While they provide some transparency through the use of an online dashboard, they've stuck with specialization. The same error and fraud-prone practices still persist behind the scenes. Without integration, fraud doesn't go away. These companies have focused on transparency, and they have failed at security. Reasi offers a revolutionary, holistic solution that is completely automated. Blockchain shields all information exchanges. No other option gathers the entire process under one roof with untamperable integration. And because of this, only Reasi's customers can enjoy the peace of mind and convenience of a truly secure transaction. Let's walk you through our process. So once the buyer finds a home, their realtor directs Reasi to create an autonomous blockchain concierge that guides them through the remaining steps. All users have to do is click. Sharon, the realtor, starts by crafting an offer directly on Reasi's app. She then invites the buyer as well as the seller and their realtor to the negotiation. Under Sharon's oversight, the buyer negotiates with instant counteroffers. After the purchase agreement has been signed, Sharon can order title commitments or mortgage through our select partners directly on Reasi's app, with real-time updates on a shared workspace for everyone to view. No need to manually file applications from scratch. In fact, Sharon can do all of this while sipping on a pumpkin spice latte in one hand. Meanwhile, Reasi guides the buyer to deposit their funds. All payments, including the down payment, are handled directly through Reasi. Manual wires are no longer necessary. When all the commitments and requirements have been met, our concierge auto-closes the transaction. The buyer receives the deed to the house, and the seller and the realtors receive deposits directly to their bank accounts. Realtors dig us because we place the power to close in their hands. Sharon now becomes a one-stop shop. She can do a better job with her clients, assuring them through the stressful home buying process. Each wire fraud occurrence is a scandal that devastates the buyer and Sharon's business. But Reasi puts out those concerns so that she can focus on her core competency, which is building and maintaining relationships. And not only that, she saves her clients thousands of dollars. Typically, an escrow and mortgage charge about $12,000. We do it for half, while providing ironclad security and a better experience. The reason hackers are so focused on real estate might be obvious to you. This is one of the largest markets in the world. They're like sharks, and there's blood in the water. $3 trillion is transacted insecurely in residential real estate each year in the United States alone. Reasi is positioned to protect these dollars. $110 billion is generated annually in mortgage and escrow fees alone. So we've removed friction, locked in that trust, and realtors cannot wait to use us. When we joined MetaProp, we had created a couple prototypes. Since joining the accelerator, we've created multiple brokerage partnerships, released our private alpha product last month, and in the few weeks since, we've already received over 35 letters of intent from realtors and brokers requesting access to our beta product. Changing the way they do things is a huge deal for realtors. This underscores just how important it is for them to find a product with better security and with better value. Our team was able to create this much needed platform because we happen to be some of the biggest nerds around. Some of us are Trekkies, and we actually argue about Star Trek for Star Wars way more than we should be in the office. But we're also PhDs, inventors, blockchain thought leaders, software masters, as well as realtors, loan officers, and title and escrow managers. Collectively, we provide the innovation that's desperately needed in the home transaction space. We're removing fear and friction from one of the most important financial decisions that people make in their lifetimes, buying a home. And we passionately believe that this is exactly how blockchain should be used, for security, savings, and convenience. We want to protect the American dream from those that would steal your life savings in an instant. At Reasi, we want to help families like the Joneses buy their dream home and keep it too. Thank you.